Wash your hair with a shampoo, with a pH balanced shampoo, and dry with a towel.
After or before?
Before, that was the first instruction. Well, the first instruction was to dye your hair blonde.
Oh, yeah.
The second
It's okay,
instruction
I
was
washed
to
my
wash
hair last night. It should be fine, right?
and dry with a towel, which means it would still be damp.
I don't think it matters.
Okay.
I don't think it matters.
Okay.
It doesn't make sense to dye your hair when it's
I'm going through all
damp.
this work to translate things.
It doesn't make sense to dye your hair when it's damp because
Yeah.
your hair is absorbed, like, it's like full of moisture. So then you are putting dye into something that's like already soaked with moisture. It doesn't make sense to me anyway.
Okay.
This is going to be hard, I can tell. Never done it with a spoon before.
That's what she said.
Were you there when I told the story of the dream that I had? The crazy dream?
Which one?
The one where I had an evil, like, ugly witch ant. Were you there when I told that? I feel like I told it to you. Well, a couple nights ago I had this dream that I had this... I was a little boy in my dream, and I had this evil witch ant who hated me, and she wanted me to die, and so she put me in this... It was like one of those dreams where you wake up and dream in your dream.
Mm-hmm.
And so every time I fell asleep, she sent me to this evil, like, death world where if you died in your dreams, then you died in real life. And the first place that she sent me in the first night that I went to sleep was like this weird, like, sand cave where, like, you know, like the sandworms from Beetlejuice and, like, Dune and stuff? There were, like, those there.
Uh-huh.
And they were, they only ate when they were, like, really hungry, and so they weren't hungry the first night that I went there. And there was this other guy that I met in the sand cave who was, like, this guy who, like, cut off my aunt in, like, a parking lot or something. And he got sent to this evil death world, too, because she hated him and, like, cursed him there. But he didn't know why he was there. And I understood that when you woke up, that you could, like, gather supplies and take it with you when you were dreaming. And so I told him, like, when you wake up, gather all the supplies that you'll need for this death world and we'll, like, get out of it together. And so the next day, like, I woke up and I had these, I think they were my cousins or my sisters or something, and they were triplets. And they came into my room in the morning and they were, like, really creepy kind of looking, and it was kind of creepy, and they didn't say anything, but they gave me a bobby pin that in my dreams could transform to any kind of tool that I needed it to be. Mm-hmm. And so in my dream, when I went to sleep that night, the bobby pin, like, turned into a ladder that helped me and that guy get out of the sand cave.
Phyllis?
Uh-huh.
Are you still on the coffee table in the room?
Yes.
Okay.
But, and then it could turn into, like, a sword and stuff. And he brought a bunch of random crap. When he showed up, he, like, had a bunch of, like, random shit. And I was like, we can't carry this with us. We're, like, in a desert. But anyway, that was pretty much my dream. It was yeah.
It was kind of
totally
cool,
weird.
actually. Was it scary or fun?
It was scary. I mean, it was, like, kind of annoying. It was one of those dreams that's just, like, vaguely disturbing that just causes you to not sleep as well as you would if you were having dreams about lollipops and kittens.
Yeah. I had a really crazy dream the other night where I was like a 16-year-old boy that got in all this trouble and was like either gonna go to juvie or gonna go stay with like some like guy that was like renowned for like shaping troubled boys into upstanding young men.
Oh, no.
And like, so I took that option, but it turns out that he was actually this like total perv and we had the hots for each other really bad, and I was like wanted this older man that was like disciplining me and trying to shape me into like a good member of society, but he lived with his mother and didn't want his mother to know about his like sexual relationship with these like young boys, and so like we were like hiding it from them all the time, but never actually like slept together. He would just like discipline me for something and like tie me up and like be like, I'm coming back later, but then his mom would show up and I'd have to like get out of elaborate knots and like play this escape artist so that she wouldn't know what was going on. It was a really frustrating dream.
Fuck if it'll come off, right?
What?
I don't care about the red. It'll come off of the floor. I hate weird sex dreams where you're like not you and like the situation doesn't make sense, but it like really turns you on somehow. And
Yeah,
you're
no.
dreaming and you're just like, you wake up and you're like, huh, didn't know. Brains are capable of doing weird shit like that.